Greetings one and all. Welcome back to my kitchen here today. And yeah, apologies for I haven't had a video out for a while. Usual stuff, life matters, just get in the way sometimes. Mostly work issues. Just doing some extra shifts and stuff. Anyway, let's get on with today's cook. I am going to be doing a nice Sri Lankan style curry, a Jaffna curry, but I'm going to be doing steak and kidney curry, and I'm going to slow cook it on my stove cook here, so yeah, it should be alright. It's very easy, very delicious, as per usual. Let's get on with it. So in my big wok here that I mainly use for curries when I'm using the stove top, I've just got about 3 tablespoons of vegetable oil, just been on a medium heat. Now I've got here just a small handful of curry leaves. Now usually I'd use fresh ones, but I haven't got any at the moment, so I've got some dried ones here, and hopefully in the future I'll be able to grow some in my backyard here, some fresh ones, but for now there's nothing wrong with these dried ones. So in they go. I'm just going to let them fry just for a minute or two, just to infuse the oil with some of that flavour. And it's not 100% necessary, because my Jaffna curry powder that I'm going to use actually has a few dried curry leaves in it as well. But to be honest, I just love the fragrance, the smell that gets released into the kitchen when you're frying curry leaves. So yeah, like I say, I'll leave them for a sec. Alright, next I've got 2 medium brown onions that I've just sort of roughly chopped up. I'm going to fry them. And we're just going to soften those just for a couple of minutes. Alrighty guys, just another, like I said, couple of minutes. I'm going to now add my steak and kidney and just sort of lightly brown it a little bit. Now I've got this pre-cut up trays that I bought from our discount butcher here in town. They just sell trays like this. So I'm going to use 2 of these trays. They're roughly about £1 each. So with the 2 trays, it's going to be about, I don't know, 1.4, 1.5 kgs, 1.3, I don't know, my math's not that good, but yeah, a couple of pounds. And tray 2, and I'm only cooking this much, this quantity, because I really like it, and I'll maybe save some, put it in the freezer for later meals to enjoy at a later date. Alright, I'll get back to you shortly. Now, once that meat's been cooking for a while, I'm going to add my garlic. I've got about 8 cloves, grated. And I've also got a big knob of ginger, grated. I'm going to push all that in, along with the juices that have come out of that ginger. Here I've just got a few dry spices. I've got 1.5 teaspoons of ground cumin seed. I've got 1.5 teaspoons of ground turmeric. I've got 1 teaspoon of smoked paprika, and I've got 1.5 teaspoons of sugar. Now usually I'd use brown sugar, but I didn't have any, so that's just raw sugar, but that'll be fine. In they go. Now here I've got one of my main ingredients. I've got this Jaffna curry powder, which is Sri Lankan, of course. I'm going to add 2 tablespoons of that. Now if you can't get Jaffna curry powder, just get go to your Indian supply store, just get a curry powder that's specifically for meat. It'll be like a meat masala. And then you'll probably want to add probably sort of a few dried chilies to that, red chilies as well, because this is very, very spicy. And yeah, you want to spice it up a bit. Or conversely, don't add the spice, just have it the way it is. But Jaffna curry just by itself is spicy. So I'm adding 2 tablespoons of that. As you can see, it has got some dried ingredients too, as I said before. A few dried curry leaves and stems of stuff, but that's alright. I think 2's enough. We'll mix those spices, ginger and garlic, into our mix here. And we'll just fry that off for another couple of minutes. Alright, this is starting to look and smell so good. We're going to start adding our liquids. And first thing I'm going to add is I've got a can here of rich and thick chopped tomatoes. In they go. Got a can here of coconut milk. In that goes. Now I've also got here a little packet of 2 cups of beef stock. But what I'm going to do is tip half each into those cans I just tipped out, the tomatoes and the coconut milk, just to rinse out any dregs of either ingredient. So yeah, my used can there, I'll just swish it around a bit with some beef stock in there. Just waste not, want not, get the rest of it in. Same with my coconut milk. Well, just be careful, don't splish it everywhere. Swish it around a little bit. Might not get it all, but at least we're getting most of it now. In that goes. A little bit of stock that's left in there. Stir that all up. Again, that's looking and smelling really, really good. My last liquid I'm going to add in there it's a little bit of a secret ingredient. Might seem a bit weird, but trust me, it works. It's just going to be 1 tablespoon of fish sauce. Alright, get that in there. Don't worry, you won't taste the fish sauce. You won't know it's there, but if you've used it like I have, you do notice it when it's not there. I'll just say that. But there's no fishy. I know a lot of people hate fish sauce, but trust me, just that little bit just gives it a little underlying kick of flavour. And we're pretty well done. I just want to get a little bit of salt in there, not too much. We'll season more thoroughly a bit later, because we have got that fish sauce now in there. And some pepper. And that's just going to come to the boil now. I'm going to get it down to a low simmer. I am going to leave it uncovered. However, if that liquid evaporates, before I'm satisfied the meat's really nice and tender, I'll just keep adding a little bit of water, but I think it should. There's plenty of liquid in there, so I think it should be enough for the time we need to simmer it, which is going to be 1.5, 2 hours, something like that. Alrighty guys, so it's been yeah, probably about 2.5 hours to be honest, since I cooked this, but it's nice and thick now. It's looking really good. In the meantime, I've had some rice cooking. That's all I'm going to have with this. I'm going to turn the heat off that now. And all I'm going to do is just sprinkle a few coriander leaves over the top. Like so. And we are done. Let's give it a taste. Alrighty guys, so I've served up here a plate of my Jaffna steak and kidney curry. It's looking really good. Very, very happy with it. Of course, I've tasted it for seasoning and everything. It's absolutely perfect, and it's yeah, I'm just very, very happy with it. And I've just served it with some rice, obviously. So let's give it a bit more of a taste. Of just get a bit more of that gravy, which thickened up really nice. Let's have a look. Piece of beef there. Give it a taste. Man, it's yeah, it's just melting in my mouth. It's as soft as anything, but it's lost none of its flavour, and it's not dry because you've got that gravy there with it. It's so good. Let's see if I can isolate a bit of kidney. Oh yeah, there's a bit. It's hard to differentiate anyway, but there's a bit of the kidney. I mean, how good's that look? And if you're like me and you love kidney, this is just heaven with that curry. Mm. Mm-hmm. Oh, yum. And that kidney, trust me, even with that slow cook, like it ended up being about 2.5 hours, it's still just delicious. It's tender, but all the flavour of the kidney's still there, which is what you want. That delicious, yummy contrast with the beef, the gravy and the rice, even that hint of coriander. It's just, in actual fact, I'll say, guys, I'll call it. This is one of the nicest curries I've made for a long time. I'm not just saying that; it really, really is. Alrighty, thanks for watching. Thanks to everyone who has subscribed to my channel. Again, I apologise for not getting so many videos out lately. Yeah, it's just like I say, things happen. If you have watched this video and you've enjoyed it, there's plenty of videos. There's hundreds and hundreds on on the back channel sort of thing. Just go check some of those out. They'll keep you going for a while, trust me. If you have watched this and you really enjoyed it, can I just ask you to subscribe to my channel? That'd just help me out. I'm a very, very small channel. So everything helps. Likes, subscribes. Just be great if you could just help me out that way. But like I always say, if you don't want to, no worries. And I will. See you all next time.